9th, 2004, my stepdaughter got a new camera, took pictures, very beautiful pictures of the clouds. I put it on my desktop and noticed something. It's like, what in the world? She had a fit. She goes, this is your baloney. I don't want this camera. You take it back. You know, teenagers, they don't like stuff like that, anything that makes them look uncool. Well, she's got a twin sister. Her sister goes, I want to take pictures of UFOs, so she went out taking pictures. She wasn't going to download them till the next morning. Put the camera by the computer. We found the camera on the floor. It had 2 extra pictures on it. I'm going to let you look at this picture for a while. Do you see the eyes? This is the next picture. Now, do you see the eye, the nostril, and the mouth at the bottom? Yep, we call this one Curious George. It took an accident. We think it accidentally took a picture of itself and dropped the camera. August 13, 2004, I felt something sharp poking out of that strange lump in my hip. Remember that lump in my hip? It's a little sliver. Started poking out. Took it to the doctor. Doctor said, I don't know what it is. Looked at it in an x-ray. We can see it, but it's probably a fatty deposit. When it was taken out, it had fuzz all over it. And the fuzz, once it hit there, it looked like, white mold fuzz. I don't know how else to explain it. But once it hit there, it started melting, started liquefying. Cleaned it up, put it in a test tube, took it home, called the researchers. They said, oh, my God, you have an implant. It's like, huh? Well, take all kinds of pictures of it, videotape it under different lighting conditions, and then hide it. Well, we did. We videotaped it. Took pictures of it under regular light, under black light. Interesting thing, under black light, the darn thing turned orange. We shut off the black light, the damn thing still glowed orange. My wife was in charge of hiding it. I didn't know where she hid it. I went to bed. We went to bed that evening, and I hear this high-pitched squeal coming out of the radio next to my bed. I woke up the next morning, told my wife about it. She goes, oh, no, the implant. She hid the implant in the test tube in the back of the battery compartment. We took the battery compartment, opened the battery compartment, and we found that the implant and the bottom of the test tube were blown to bits. This is how small those pieces are. This is really kind of cool, actually. This was sent to Cal Berkeley. When we sent it in a sterile jar. By the time it got to Cal Berkeley, it had made a teaspoon of its own amino acid, something that they're still trying to identify. It was blown apart, they figured out, by high-frequency sound. Remember those little hairs I told you about? There's evidence of those little hairs. Even more amazing, these tiny, tiny, almost virus-sized microscopic computer chips, they think. Tiny microscopic gears in this little... They determined that it is some kind of biological nanotechnology that we don't have, and it totally flipped them out. December 20th, 2004, it got real for me. And this is probably why Audrey called. We were getting broken into all the time. We had surveillance cameras. Our surveillance was being cut. There were police helicopters following us everywhere we went. I worked pretty close to home. I rode my bike. Didn't really need to drive my car. I had 4 guys in a black unmarked SUV pull up, started saying something to me, but because we were behind other cars stopped at a stoplight, I just ignored them. I thought they were drunk soldiers. Well, it turns out they knew exactly where I parked my bike. They had to have cased the area because I parked my bike behind my work. They cut me off and they said, you need to keep your mouth shut. I said, I didn't say anything to you. They said, you know what we're talking about. And I could hear them talking about the ET stuff. I said, look, guys, this isn't my fault. I'm not going to stop talking about it. We got in a fight. They started doing their karate kung fu moves on me. I had a big chain that I wrapped around the seat of my bike, and I hit one of them on the head, and I hope I didn't kill him, but I knocked him out. I felt a tickle on my back, and I hit the dirt. They actually tased me. By the time the police got there instantaneously, people were driving by as this was happening. One guy even tried to follow this black SUV, but they sped away. This is what I ended up with, a broken nose and a broken wrist from the experience. January 24th, 2005, startled awake by a high-pitched sound. Remember that weird orb we saw in our video, in that surveillance video? This time I saw it with my own eyes 3 feet from my head when I woke up, and I went, oh, I swore. I went, oh, crap. And the thing just darted out the room. I got my video camera, and I went looking for it, and it is, can't see it very well. You'll see it come from the left bottom to the right upper very fast, and I slow it down, and then it comes back the opposite direction, kind of slow. See it?
And I have no clue what I just saw. None whatsoever. Holy.
I don't know what that thing was, but I saw it with my own eyes, and I go, oh, crap, what is that?
The hell was that?
Well, I realized that I had surveillance surrounding the house. I looked at the surveillance video, and this is what the surveillance camera picked up. Now it goes in the house, comes out the side, out the wood, and weaves in and out of the, like it's the wood's fabric or something. It's the craziest thing. And it disappears, disrupts the camera, ends up in the top window, comes down through the wood of the side of the house, and it's just weird. February 19th, 2005, our van mysteriously broke down. We were coming back from Colorado Springs to Denver, about 80 miles. We stopped at a hamburger place. This white car drove by very slowly, and suddenly our car stopped. 2 hours later, we got it to a mechanic. He said, was your car hit by lightning? It's like, how could it be? It's a sunny day out. He said, it looks like all your electrical system was fried. This is important. Now, I'm not going to show you the video because there's going to be, in fact, I'm going to have them come up briefly talk about what they're doing with the documentary or with the feature film. But they're going to show this in the documentary. I'm showing you stills, but the video is quite amazing. My stepson had friends over, and they hacked into my computer. My computer was always being hacked into, and it was about 12 o'clock at night, I'd say, and I woke up because I heard a noise, and I'm, opening my eye, just sitting there, and I see this naked figure run into the kitchen. My stepson had friends over, sleeping over. I'm thinking, what in the world kind of dare is this? I was going to get my camera and blackmail him. You should see the video. It's quite astonishing. I was just about to shut off the video. I went upstairs to their bedroom. They were still asleep. They said, something woke us up. We don't know what it was, and they were still kind of half asleep, half awake. I was just about to shut off my camcorder, and I see this thing peering at me. It closes its eyes, ducks down a little bit, and slowly moves away. Here, I'll do it again so you can see it. Closes its eyes, ducks down, and slowly moves away. I went from the kitchen to the dining room, back to the kitchen, back to the dining room. When I go to the kitchen the last time, there are 5 flashes of lights on the windowsill. I woke up on the ground 45 minutes later, the same time my camera started up by itself. Only remember seeing flashes of lights. I had no idea that I just had an experience with a little guy. I had to look on the videotape to remember what happened, and I still kind of don't remember. My surveillance cameras didn't work. Couldn't figure out why. It's like, yes, we got one of them on camera. Well, I went to go check out these $500 a piece VCRs that were installed, and there was a burn mark in the top of the first one, in the bottom, into the next one, through the cupboard, out the side. We don't know how they did it, but we opened the VCR, and see that top left one? There's a little kind of blob. That's a ceramic diode. Ceramics usually blow up at about 1,000 degrees, something like that. This is melted. How in the world do they do that? March 11, 2005, we received a greeting card or an envelope with a warning from Colorado Springs somewhere. It says, in their daily lives, all are braver than they know. Good luck. I've got to find my glasses wherever they are, or else I can't read this thing. It says, we have gone to We have gone to great expense getting this to you. Maybe now you will believe that you must move. Do not release this to the public or contact anyone involved for your safety and ours. There's a government document with my name on it, top secret document. Department of Air Force Intelligence. Be advised, we expect Romanek to have a visitor soon. We will try our best not to miss it this time. Their closeness proximity is convenient to say the least. Also, HPM worked, van incapacitated. Mr. Romanek is smart and is stubborn and has a strong support system. It also seems that he is getting inside help. We will investigate it. If Romanek stays at location, HPM can be used on residents and on parties involved if available. As you know, subject must be in range, and we will follow up as things unfold, but follow is spelled fallow. It's misspelled. Being dyslexic, I had no clue it was misspelled. But I thought this was a fake until I found out that HPM stands for high-powered microwave, and that's what they hit my van with. That's what they, remember my van died? Well, apparently they were using it on our residents too, and this is the result. And if I would have been smart, I would have got out of there, because every time this would happen, our feelings would heat up. But the speakers in our house, even if they weren't plugged in, would go off periodically.
Okay, today is May 5th, 2005. We have problems with our speakers buzzing all the time, and I wanted to let you see and hear for yourself. This is our speaker. And that's, the speakers are off, completely off. There's no light. Go to the other one. Can you see? I don't know what the hell's causing all the speakers to go off like this. All right, I'll go downstairs so you can hear the speakers downstairs.
No matter where you went in the house, this had happened. Even though speakers that were complete, my stepdaughter had a ghetto blaster that was in the top of the closet unplugged, and it was doing it with that. And the higher you get in the house, the louder it got.
Okay, I'm
and I'll go up to the upstairs bedroom, and I want you to get a pattern of this thing.
We'll get this where the power goes out, because the power usually goes out. All right. This is, you can already hear it. It's really loud.
They were hitting our house with high-powered microwaves.